Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi Jagdale. Today's story topic is the golden touch. Once upon a time, a king named Midas was extremely fond of gold. Although he was blessed with enormous wealth in his kingdom treasury, he was always unhappy. Always unhappy. He would constantly think of the wealth the could amass and wanted more. He thought that if he had he had the golden touch that would make him the happiest man on earth, as anything he touched would turn into gold. The once day King Midas was counting his gold coins. A Greek god appeared before him and granted him wish for a few of his good deeds. Without thinking much, King Midas quickly wished for anything that he touched to turn gold. The Greek god granted King Midas the wish of the golden touch and vanished. Some time later, when the king was seated under a huge apple tree in his garden, and an apple fell beside the king picked up the apple, and the apple immediately turned into gold. The king could not believe his eyes. He touched the apple tree next to which turned into gold, and whatever the king touched turned into gold. The king was so thrilled that he went about touching all random things around him, and all turned and all into gold instantly. The king was filled with joy and was dazed with the excitement. He then entered the palace in a daze, full of excitement. Soon the king was hungry and was looking to eat some food. However, whatever food he touched and turned into gold. Thus the king could not eat anything, though he was striving, leading to extreme disappointment. And King Midas had a daughter named Marigold. Seeing that her father was hungry, disappointed, frustrated, and troubled, Marigold came running to her father and threw her arms around him to comfort him. But to his utter horror, even Marigold turned into gold as her hugged her back. The king was struck with disbelief and horror. He had turned his dearest daughter into gold too. King Midas hurt, and his face turned pale with unbearable grief and pain. He was distraught when his daughter turned into a golden statue. The king cried and was repentant that he had wished for a golden touch. It took no time for the king to realize that his greed was his biggest fault. His greed had given him the lifeless golden status of his innocent little girl. He then played to the Greek god to take away his wish. Soon the Greek god appeared before the king and took pity on his condition. The Greek god took back the golden touch from the king. The wise of a gold king Midas to take a dip in the pond of his palace and then sprinkle the pond's water on the things he wanted to change back to their previous condition. The king followed what the Greek god asked him to do. After taking a dip in the pond, he sprinkled water on Marigold, and she was back to normal again. The king was delighted to see his beloved daughter back to her usual self, and promised never to greedy again. Moral of this story: the story about the king Midas. Midas explained to us the dangers of being greedy. We should be happy and content with all we have, live peaceful and a happy life. The story teaches us about the dangers of being greedy. The moral of a King Midas story that one should never be greedy if life, because wish of being greedy does not give a fruitful return in the future. Thank you.